Promoting peace and stability in the Middle East by unconditionally backing its worst aggressor. President Biden, if you feel like pretending Biden is still serving as president and still making the decisions in the White House, has pledged to support Israel against any retaliations against its recent assassination spree in Iran and Lebanon, which killed high-profile officials from Hamas and Hezbollah. A White House statement asserts that Biden spoke with Benjamin Netanyahu on Thursday and, quote, reaffirmed his commitment to Israel's security against all threats from Iran, including its proxy terrorist groups Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthis, and, quote, discussed efforts to support Israel's defense against threats, including against ballistic missiles and drones, to include new defensive U.S. military deployments. Hilariously, the statement also claims that, quote, the president stressed the importance of ongoing efforts to de-escalate broader tensions in the region. Yeah, nothing emphasizes the importance of de-escalating broader tensions in the region like pledging unconditional military support for the region's single most belligerent actor, no matter how reckless and insane its aggressions become. This statement from the White House echoes comments from Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin a day earlier, who said, "We certainly will help defend Israel should a wider war break out as a result of Israel's assassination strikes." All this babbling about defending the state of Israel is intended to convey the false impression that Israel has just been sitting there minding its own business and is about to suffer unprovoked attacks from hostile aggressors for some unfathomable reason. As though detonating military explosives in the capital cities of two nations to conduct political assassinations would not be seen as an extreme act of war in need of a violent response by literally all governments on this planet. In reality, the U.S. isn't vowing to defend the state of Israel. The U.S. is vowing to help Israel attack other countries. If you are pledging unconditional support to an extremely belligerent aggressor while it commits the most demented acts of aggression imaginable, all you're doing is condoning those acts of aggression and making sure it will suffer no consequences when it conducts more of them. A kevlar vest stops being a tool of defense when you wear one to prevent yourself from being stopped by police while conducting a mass shooting. Washington's position is made even more absurd after all the hysterical shrieking and garment rending from the Washington establishment following the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. Israel murdered the leader of the Hamas political bureau, not a military commander, and he was the primary negotiator in the mediated ceasefire talks with Israel. This was a political assassination, just like a successful attempt on Trump's life would have been, but probably a lot more consequential. And yet, the only response from Washington has been to announce that it will help Israel conduct its incendiary brinkmanship throughout the Middle East. Washington swamp monsters talk all the time about their desire to promote peace and stability in the Middle East, while simultaneously pledging loyalty and support for a Middle Eastern nation whose actions pose a greater obstacle to peace and stability in the region than any other. These contradictions are becoming more and more glaring and apparent before the entire world.